I request Dr. S.K. Som, Joint Director, NAM, to formally welcome the gathering today. Please, sir.
परम श्रद्धेय डॉक्टर R.S. परोदा सर, मेरे लिए बहुत ही हर्ष का विषय है कि मैं ऑनरेबल डायरेक्टर, निदेशक नाम, कोऑर्डिनेटर्स और संपूर्ण नारम फैमिली की तरफ से मुझे आपका स्वागत करने का सौभाग्य प्राप्त हुआ है। सर, आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। नारम को आपका स्नेह और निर्देश आदेश हमेशा ही प्राप्त होता रहता है। आपने हमारे लिए समय निकाला, इसके लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद भी है। मैं सिर्फ 2 शब्द बताना चाहूँगा अपने पार्टिसिपेंट्स को आपके बारे में। हालांकि सब लोग जानते हैं, आप सबको पता है। डॉक्टर R.S. परोदा, he is the actually institutional builder. When we look to the agriculture system here, his contribution is lot. National Gene Bank, NAS complex where we stay together, all offices of all international organizations, and then lot of efforts for plant germplasm conservation. More than 30 institutions were built during his tenure. Lot of computerization took place due to NATP. At international level, I don't know how many of you have seen the website of GFAR. If not, please just see it. This is a FAO effort, and which has been done by our Dr. Poroda sir only. Global Forum on Agriculture Research, and another which he was the builder, Asia Pacific Association of Agriculture Research Institution, APARI. So please be in touch with these 2 websites, GFAR and APARI, and he is the chairman of Trust for Advancement of Agriculture Sciences, TRAS, and सर पद्म भूषण से सम्मानित किया गया है भारत के राष्ट्रपति द्वारा, और हरियाणा में एज ए चेयरमैन, किसान आयोग का चेयरमैन अध्यक्ष के रूप में कंट्रीब्यूशन किया है। तो ये छोटा सा परिचय हमारे विशिष्ट अतिथि का था आज के बारे में। मैं अपनी तरफ से और कोऑर्डिनेटर की तरफ से आदरणीय निदेशक का भी स्वागत करता हूँ। उन्हीं के निर्देश से, उन्हीं के सहयोग से, उन्हीं के छत्र छाया में ये प्रोग्राम हम लोग ऑडिटोरियम में ऑर्गेनाइज कर रहे हैं। कोऑर्डिनेटर्स का भी स्वागत है, और आप सब जो आज के हीरो हैं, सब लोग 111 फोकार्स के सारे प्रोफेशनल्स, आपका भी स्वागत है। हमारे नारम के अधिकारीगण, संयुक्त निदेशक प्रशासन और CFO साहब और प्रशासनिक अधिकारी, कर्मचारी, सबका स्वागत है। थैंक यू।
I call upon Dr. M. Balakrishnan, Principal Scientist and Coordinator of this program, please, for his program report.
Thank you, Dr. Krishnan. Honorable Padma Bhushan Dr. R.S. Poroda ji, Dr. C.H. Srinivasa Rao, Director, NAM, Dr. S.K. Som, Joint Director, NAM, Dr. P. Krishnan, Course Director, Head of the Departments, Faculty Members, and my dear FOCARS participants and PGDMA students. Very good morning to all. So first of all, I congratulate all the participants for their successful completion of the foundation course. During the pandemic situation, the program has been started from 5th October 2020. Sir, before that, the participants were reported on 1st October because 5 days before they reported, and we have taken quarantine for 5 days. And after that, COVID test has been conducted for all the participants. Class started after that. So there are 37 participants from various parts of the country, sir. In that, total number of participants 37, male are 21 and females are 16. Number of disciplines are 15 disciplines. Number of states represented 17 states plus 2 union territories. 28 participants from IRI, sir, and NDRI 3. There are from NDRI State Agriculture University 3 participants, IIT Kharagpur there are 2 participants, and BITS BIT Birla Institute of Technology 1 participants from there. Sir, there are 15 disciplines: agronomy 1 participants, agriculture chemicals 4 participants, agricultural economics 3 participants, soil science 5 participants, bioinformatics 4 participants, farm machinery and power 4 participants, and agriculture structural processing and engineering 2 participants, plant biochemistry 2, and land and water management engineering 2 participants. Genetics and plant breeding 4 participants, sir. Agricultural microbiology 1, agriculture meteorology 1, agriculture statistics 1, animal genetics and breeding 2, agroforestry 1 from UFH Solan. Sir, this there are total composition of that focus for the 90 days. Total number of sessions 225 sessions. Phase 1 there are 3 phases: phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Sir, phase 1 55 days. 125 sessions we covered in first phase, and second phase FET. This time pandemic situation, they could not able to go to the villages. Normally they used to go to attach to the KVKs from different state wise, but this time it is not possible. But we have taken them for 2 villages for mock FET we have conducted, and Namasi village they have conducted some of the program they studied, and this time they made 2-3 presentations for this, and they have done very nicely for this. 15 days they have kept for FET presentations. In phase 3, 19 days was kept for lectures and guest speakers. The topics covered in the training program: sectoral overview and administration rules, data analytics and computing, project proposal formulations, human resource management, oral communication, science communications, technology and project management, ICT tools, and interdisciplinary domains and office automation. These are the themes. Under the themes, a number of classes, lectures were taken, sir, and 4 practicals were conducted during that period. Data analytics, using R languages, how to do data analysis and all, because it is more important for the scientist. So personality development and group dynamics for HR practicals they have done, and video recording practicals, and IP informatics and pattern searching, how to do the IP informatics and all practicals were. Cutting across a 3 months long training program, a series of 35 guest lectures by various stalwarts in the agriculture sector were arranged. These guest lectures covered with the vast universe of the diverse agricultural fields and were highly informative particularly. I thank all the participants for their active participation, and best of luck for the bright future. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Balakrishnan. Now we call upon the participants to share their feedback. Some of you can come to the dais and then share your thoughts, please.
Very good morning to Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. R.S. Paroda, sir, Director NARM, Dr. C.H. Srinivas Rao, sir, Joint Director Dr. S.K. Som, sir, and entire faculty of NARM, my FOCAR colleagues, as well as the PGDMA juniors. So we all 37 are special, not just because that we have been selected through a stringent selection criteria to this prestigious service, but also because we have been training here at this academy for the past 3 months, braving the pandemic scare. So, and we have in this way become a success story for NARM as well as ICR. So this experience, the warmth, love, respect and support we received at NARM, which is the heart of ICR, has been highly overwhelming. Here we got introduced to some technical as well as some soft skills, which are increasingly becoming more and more relevant and are crucial for success in personal as well as professional life. And also, like the thing, another good thing about NARM is that here it's very course content here is very flexible and very up to date in accordance with the needs of the time. Like where else you can think of having field experience training being replaced by a mock FET, considering NARM as a village. And another thing I feel is like after these 3 months of rigorous training, we have become agriculturally educated. Earlier we were agriculturally literate in our respective fields of expertise, but NARM has facilitated this metamorphosis into educated, made us more educated in our domain. And next, coming to my FOCAR colleagues, I think this pandemic was a blessing in disguise, because the strong friendship bonds we have forged, they will stay with us forever. And they are much stronger than in normal times, because we got more time with each other even after class. So that was wonderful. And in the end, I would like to thank Honorable Director Sir, Dr. C.H. Srinivas Rao Sir, for his words of wisdom, and we'll always cherish interactions with you, sir. Joint Director Sir, Dr. S.K. Som Sir, for his highly innovative ideas and highly interactive classes, online classes. Even we borrowed many ideas from your classes, sir. And our wonderful coordinators, Balakrishnan Sir, Krishnan Sir, and Suman Sir, for always being with us for anything and everything from smallest to the biggest of the issues. They were always there with us. So I think we will miss our coordinators at least for 1 to 2 months. Their physical presence will be missing after going from here. So in the end, thank you all for everything. Thank you all.
Honorable dignitaries and Director Sir, the Dr. S.K. Som Sir, and coordinators, dear FOCAS colleagues, and all who have respected dignitaries joined virtually. So the journey begins on 5th of October, even 4 days earlier as well. And it was the very first experience of the quarantine I felt here. And after that, the journey begins, and we all 37 interacted on the very first day. And it was like being a bioinformatics, I mainly sit in the lab and computers. So I get well versed with the other disciplines, what they are doing in their respective research area, and how we can contribute with them. So our coordinators are just like the candles. They burn themselves and make us lighten. I mean, they bear every pain that we are comfortable in this unprecedented times. And in this COVID situation as well, they try to get us all the fields of the discipline, all the higher authorities and expertise who are all around the world to get in touch with us, and they guide the research problems and what are the advances occurring across the agricultures. So the best thing I felt in this FOCAS is the boot camp, which is the need of the era to develop mobile applications, and the interaction with the progressive farmers. We interacted very well, and they got to know how they become progressive and how they're interacting with their farmer community. And the third is the lecture taken by the director said at the very end, how to perform well in the worst situation. So my dear all FOCAS members, they are very unique in themselves. With that gradual time, we also came to know that all of them have very hidden talent in themselves, and they are very, very much cooperative and supportive in all respects. And the coordinators are very much beloved by all of us, and we respect them and we trust them their each and every decisions. So we like to fulfill what they expect from us, and we are very fortunate to have them. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Good morning to everyone. Respected Chief Guest of the program, Dr. Paroda sir, Director ICRNAM, Dr. C.H. Srinivas sir, Joint Director, Dr. S.K. Som sir, and course coordinators. First of all, I would like to thank to all the members of ICRNAM for organizing the FOCAS training program for us in such a COVID pandemic situations. So the most important thing what we learned in this FOCAS training is the time management. I think most of us relate to me that before the FOCAS training, we don't have the importance about the time. And during this FOCAS training, we understand what is the importance of time, because we have the instruction to come on time in a class. So this is the most important thing. And another thing, we learn so many things. We have so many lectures related to the agriculture extension, agriculture economics, engineering, and so many things. And during this FOCAS training, we understand what is the real ground problem in agriculture. And we also learned that in a very short time, during the FET classes, we understand that how to find the solution in a very limited time. So these are the main things what we learned in this FOCAS training. So I would like to thank again the course coordinator. Thank you so much, sir.
Now I request our director for his special address.
Respected R.S. Paroda Saab, colleagues from NAM, and very dear 37 FOCAS scientists from 111th foundation course, and 3 coordinators, Dr. Balakrishnan, Dr. Sumant, Dr. P. Krishnan. Congratulations to each one of you for completing this foundation course successfully in very, very difficult time. And also thanks to you. Thanks to all 37 FOCAR scientists and also coordinators. Sir, it was a big challenge for all of us, including particularly for me. We proposed initially to take online training of 111th FOCAR. Somehow, luckily or unluckily, we were asked to take physical class, in physical training. Initially, we were worried because we are listening from all other academies, national academies, Lal Bahadur Shastri Academy, Mussoorie, Indira Gandhi Forest Academy, Dehradun, Indian Police Academy, Hyderabad. There were unfortunate positive cases among trainees and also faculty. So by listening those things, we were really worried how to take forward these 3 months foundation course. But I tell you, sir, in fact, I am very humbled and proud to present these 37 scientists to the nation. And I believe that they are the wonderful, they are super and highly dedicated, highly adaptive and highly sincere and highly motivated. And really, we have become very fond of them, these 37 scientists. Perhaps the same was expressed by them to us because there were many restrictions. We have not moved much and that's why we have become more close. We received here foundation courses with 100 to 150 scientists, sometimes 40, 50. But these 37 has become so dear to us, and we never forget their cooperation, their contribution, their understanding. So it is really our memorable batch for all of us, particularly for me. And thank you, Paroda Saab, and you are always motivator to all the generations. And particularly here, first getting motivated by you as me for the last almost 3 decades. Sir, now FOCAR at present is 3 months. Now from 2022 onwards, PhD is the must. So all PhDs will be joining foundation course. So we have written to ICR to constitute a committee to when all foundation course scientists are PhDs, how to take forward this foundation course, duration, content, field experience training, professional attachment training, and etc., etc. And we will be preparing for next 2 years ahead. We have 2 years more, sir, but we started preparing for 2022. Sir, I have sent you a document, what are the standing operating procedures we have followed. As Dr. Balakrishnan indicated that they have kindly all FOCARs, they have, of course, ICR directed them to report 5 days before. They have reported. They stayed 5 days in their rooms. Food was arranged at the doorsteps. Thermometer temperature kits were given. Temperature was monitored. And health camp was, COVID test was organized. And in fact, very, very humbly I submit, sir. And at the same time, how to take best research project. And how to take research projects by keeping farmer as a center. Sir, we had interactions with 2 progressive farmers who are really working with farmer producing organizations. In fact, one of the farmer producing organization who has interacted is that largest organic mango growing from in Andhra Pradesh. Mr. Asha Kiranji, he has interacted on the how his farmer producing organization was done. Similarly, from Telangana, we have taken Shyam Sundarji, how community approach can take forward. On Kisan Divas, as our FOCAR feedback was told, sir, there were 6 progressive farmers. In fact, they expressed a deep sense of pain, how the farmers are facing today. They said that there is no dignity for farmers, their income is very low, they are not getting whatever cost they are incurring, spending in that. They have put several challenges. Then afterwards, our FOCAR scientists have responded. So next 30 to 40 years, how they plan to meet these challenges. It was really eye-opening responses from 2 FOCAR scientists. They have responded. Your mere presence itself is a motivating for all of us. Thank you very much for your acceptance to be with us on this auspicious day. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir, for giving an overview about the program and the way forward for the entire foundation course at the Academy. To take forward the proceedings of this valedictory session, I request the permission of our chief guest, Dr. Paroda, sir. As already director has informed you, we'll be releasing 5 publications on this gracious day. I request your permission, sir, please. The first publication today we are releasing is on the output of the technical review exercise made by our FOCAS. There are 17 chapters which have been published as an edited book, Agriculture Research, Technology and Policy Innovations and Advances. The second publication that we are releasing today is on documentation of the standard operating procedures that we follow during this new normal. The third publication is on a memoir about the boot camp that we had on developing mobile application and desktop applications using Zero Code as an exercise. This was done in partnership with one of our empaneled IT firms. We are taking this opportunity to release the another publication on digital technologies in agriculture, edited by Dr. Surya Rathod and V.V. Sumant Kumar, faculty members of NAM, and the book details on the latest advances and future prospects in terms of community radio, television, mobile websites, portals, drones, IoT, remote sensing and GIS. Lastly, we take the occasion to release a special publication that is a methodological framework on ease of doing research. So this is a framework being published at the behest of Indian Council of Agriculture Research. So here our team provide a framework for assessing the intangible inputs that will be playing as a key drivers for research outputs and impacts. Thank you, sir. So we come to the important session here. Our participants, on completion of their entire 90 days foundation course, we would like to distribute the certificates in the hands of our chief guest, Dr. R.S. Paroda. I request your permission, sir, please. On your behalf, our director and joint director will be distributing the certificates, sir. on the suggestion of our Honorable Director General ICR, we conducted a idea contest, Mining Minds, to seek innovative ideas from these young minds for enhancing productivity, income of farmers, and also which contribute to agro-biodiversity conservation. So the winners were to be given, apart from the certificate, a cash prize of a total of 25,000 rupees as a part of the UNDP BCL project on mainstreaming biodiversity in agriculture. So I request the permission of the chief guest today to declare the results, sir, please.
Yeah, please go ahead.
The first place in the idea contest goes to Sonaka Ghosh. The second place was shared between two, Tribhuvan and Sandeep Kumar. They shared 7,500 each. Thank you, sir. And the last and the most coveted award for the Foundation Day. So, award of the best trainee who ranked first, and based on the various events, competitions, academic exercises that were held across this 90 days, including FET and various other competitions, and the final written examination. The top focus award goes to Aneet Kaur. Thank you, sir. The valedictory address by our chief guest, Padma Bhushan, Dr. R.S. Paroda, sir. Please.
Well, thank you very much. Good morning to all of you. Dr. Srinivas Rao, Dr. Praveen Rao, Dr. M.K. Khan, many other invited dignitaries participating in this program, and the participants of 111th FOCARS program at NARM. First of all, Happy New Year to all of you, and my congratulations to all the trainees who have completed their FOCARS training at NARM, an academy of excellence, an institution which can be called flagship of Indian Council of Agriculture Research, and I would rather say National Agriculture Research System. I don't think in many other developing countries an academy of this kind is in existence, and it's good that we established it, and there were stalwarts who had laid its foundation, like Dr. Anant earlier, and Anant Rao, and many others in the past who had played a very significant role. And institutions do grow over time. They are not known by brick and mortar. They are known by human resource. But this institution is not only known by its own human resource, but the human resource it trains for the entire nation. We started with Agriculture Research Service. It was a landmark in the history of Indian Council of Agriculture Research, and it was trying to put science, agricultural science particularly up front, and to provide it required respect and dignity. I would say the great contribution of Dr. Swaminathan during his time was the creation of Agriculture Research Service. It had come not just because it was desired and required, but it had come as a reform in the agriculture research management process, particularly with regard to the selection. So we had to create Agriculture Research Service, Agriculture Scientist Recruitment Board, and both had played their role. The first trainee who has also attained the highest position in the system, that is Director General ICR, was Dr. Ayappan, who has still been continuing as a national fellow, particularly now placed in Bangalore. One generation, therefore, has already passed out and served the nation, and even current Director General also is an outcome of Agriculture Research Service. So the nation is being served well, and we have to recognize it. I have been associated with this institution. I felt really proud when a delegation of National Agriculture Research leaders from Africa had visited me in 1998, and they had visited various ICR institutions and trying to learn from our experiences, because for your information, many other national councils have been created on the pattern of ICAR. Pakistan Agriculture Research Council, Nepal Agriculture Research Council, Bangladesh Agriculture Research Council, and Sri Lanka Agriculture Research Policy Organization. Even Philippine, PICARD was created on the pattern of ICR. So institutions are important, and when these people had come and visited and talked in their final round, I said, what is your impression and what do you want? Where we can be of any help? And they said, we have seen many institutions, but we are particularly impressed by visiting NAR. I really felt proud that if luckily we had created, if we had not created it, we possibly will have to create now today, because this is required. So I would say that this is a flagship institution for human resource development to serve the national agriculture research system. This is first point I want to make. I have talked a lot about what NARM is doing, what achievements are there. There are many achievements. Dr. Srinivas Rao must have told you, you might have already learned while being here over the last 3 months. But what we have to also recognize that such institutions not only provide the vision or open your horizon to various issues relating to agriculture research for development in the country, but it also tries to bring in you various other important aspects which are very important for your success. like though its name is research management, I often say it should be National Academy for Agriculture Research and Management, but research management we have clubbed together. So many times the impression goes that we are here to manage agriculture research. To tell you frankly, it is to help you to become a very good scientist and do good research. But yes, for doing research, you also need good managers who can support, who can provide leadership. And for that, what I feel that this institution also has to equally continue playing this role for training and capacity building of managers at middle and senior cadre level. This was discussed when Dr. Pramod Joshi was director and I was back from my short stint in Central Asia. We had organized a national dialogue on agriculture research management. And it came out very clearly that to serve the national agriculture research system, you need to have good managers who not only try to, manage as leaders, but serve the system and inculcate among the youth as to how they can be more effective and useful for the society and for the farmers who need our support. So in that context, even in the review committee, which I chaired for Agriculture Research Service, which is currently being looked at for reforms, and many reforms have come in, we have suggested that the greater emphasis should go on mid-level management trainings as well as at senior level management. And NARM has already started in that direction after those recommendations, a few regular programs. Even when I was Director General and later serving a World Bank ambitious eco-regional program in Central Asia and Caucasus, I had an opportunity to go for senior level management course in Harvard. It was a 2-week course, and I can tell you, I thought we knew everything about management. So what we will learn there? But it was an eye-opening. So it's not that you can think that, well, I have known everything. Learning process will continue all through your life. Even I retired long back, but still I'm learning. And for a better management, it is not that you have to be a good bureaucrat. When I took over, I had said to all the colleagues in IRI auditorium that I have not come here to govern, but I have come here to serve the system. To serve the system requires a lot of effort. It requires extra effort, and it requires change in the system. And when you want to bring in change is not easy. Change is very difficult, and maximum resistance for change comes from within rather than outside. But for change, if it doesn't start from within, it cannot be also imposed from outside. So there must be a desire for change. And in that respect, I do see that and when you want a change, then what change? Change not for the sake of change for betterment, change for better enabling environment, and change for better performance. And in that respect, I still recollect that we started a process of Vision 2020 in the National Agriculture Research System for all universities, for all ICR institutes after I took over in 1994. The first effort was that we should have a vision for 2020, which means a document should be in place which tells where you have to go and reach. So you must have your goal. And the vision document finally, which we had after all universities, all institutes have brought in. I must thank all my colleagues who really supported that exercise. Now you have Vision 2030 also, as I understand. But Vision 2020 final document was prepared and drafted after deliberations and discussions at National Academy of Agriculture Research Management. I now feel that NARM should be a foresight institute to continue as a think tank, and luckily that responsibility has been given because we have been arguing it while reviewing agriculture research service and also agriculture scientist recruitment board and its report. There is a chapter exclusively on human resource management and role of NARM. Those who have not read I hope FOCAR trainees all were exposed to it or shown, but they must otherwise go through this ASRB report as well and look at it. And I hope in future, in your course, it would become an integral part. Having said this, I am very clear that for any organization like ICR, we must have, even world over, even the CG system. I am on the a senior strategy planning, monitoring and evaluation committee, where we are talking of future, vision for CGIAR. It is very clear necessary that we have to have a forward-looking approach. We must not continue with the existing system. We must break ice. We must think out of box, and we must do something which can make our system more efficient, effective, and also important. And importance by your telling alone will not be possible. Others have to tell that you are an important organization and you are required for us. So I see that such programs open your vision. I am sure this course must have brought you all together here. I must congratulate Aneet Kaur for being the best candidate, but that doesn't mean others are not likely to be best in future. I must also compliment Sonalika Ghosh, Tribhuvan and Sandeep Kumar for maybe expressing something really radical and unique. That's why they got the award. So you have to churn your minds, and then churning minds also is not easy. But you have to come out with good ideas, and these ideas must then be taken up for research, for development, and also for growth of the agriculture research system. So you are the future of Indian agriculture. The nation would demand from you a lot. Challenges I told you before in my lecture, and the challenges are not less. Climate change. I hope you are all aware about our commitment to Paris Agreement. We have committed more than any other nation to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. We have to make our carbon sequestration more stronger. We seem to be doing quite well in terms of achieving two of the three targets, but the third target of carbon sequestration is a challenge which would require much greater emphasis on agroforestry and also on conservation agriculture, especially in dryland areas. And that's where we have to think what we can do. There are many innovations which have to be scaled, by which our agriculture can be more globally competitive. Currently, we are not competitive. We produce sugar. We have more than 4 million tons of sugar today, which we cannot export because our price is less. And government has to provide subsidy to export it. So situation is like that. Even for wheat and rice, for rice we have other competitors. Even Bangladesh is becoming a competitor. Taiwan is a competitor. Vietnam has become competitor. And Thailand had been always a competitor. So we have to make our agriculture more efficient. We can be so that we are globally competitive. By just saying that there is now agricultural globalization or even national e-marketing is not going to help unless we link our farmers to these markets and we are efficient enough and there are no hurdles of transportation, commerce and knowledge relating to the agricultural marketing and export. So much can be said. Time is, I think, over. I need not make it longer, but I would like to say that I am very happy. Thank you, Dr. Srinivas Rao and Dr. Som, for your kind words and your invitation for this participation. Always it is a pleasure to be a part of your program, because I am a firm believer of motivating and attracting youth in agriculture, what I call Maya. And on Maya now we have a movement. And Dr. Praveen Rao is here. One regional conference on Maya was organized right on your Andhra, this Telangana Agriculture University campus, which used to be APAU before. And it was eye-opening. The kind of enthusiasm among young, the meeting the minds now is an initiative globally. You have also initiated mining of minds. When you look at the youth and their ideas, they need to be further supported. There is need for mentorship. There is need for institutional backstopping. There is need for institutional credit, venture capital, and there is need also for help all through in terms of policies that will make a difference. So we have to move forward. We have to bring in new culture. So your foresight, and for that you must read a book brought out by CGIAR and its Independent Science and Partnership Council on foresight, of which Dr. Prabhu Pingali is one of the authors. I hope you know Prabhu Pingali is from India and currently Tata professor at Cornell. And that book must be read by most of these trainees. I talked about a book recently by Mashelkar. I hope you have gone through it, or if not, would like to look at it in terms of innovations and pole vaulting innovations, not leapfrogging. And I don't intend to just try to make a publicity of it, but a book which was published by Cabby of Mine on reorienting Indian agriculture should also be looked at in terms of what we have achieved, what are our challenges, and what is required to be done in different sectors of agriculture. And finally, in agriculture, let's not only make it cereal centric agriculture, which was the need of the hour at that time when we were needing food, but now we need to grow in all sectors of agriculture and overcome the existing imbalance which is existing. Still, it is existing. Though these other sectors are having much higher growth rate and contribution to agricultural economy in the country, but allocations for research and for education and for development are much, much less. So we will have to overcome this balance. We will have to overcome the eco-regional imbalance. We have to talk of ecological and ecosystem-oriented agriculture research. We have to shed all these, barriers that we have created around the divisions and disciplines, and we have to become inter-institutional, and we have to break away empireship process. Even CG is now talking of one CG, dismantling all the empires of different 16 international institutions that existed before and wanting to make it one CG. We have to make one agricultural research and innovation for development system in the country. We are all partners, and in the process, we have to have give and take. We have to have better incentives and reward systems in place, and we have to give much greater emphasis on spending our allocations on human resource development. Not many institutions are spending even 2 to 3% of their total allocations for human resource development. I say, please keep it up to 10% if possible. And that is not there. And many times, even if there are resources available, our scientists are not willing to move out. They are so happy and so complacent that they would not like to move out from even their state or their university. We have to build this nation, and that nation can be built. I was so happy to see when I saw your placements, someone coming from, say, Kerala is going now to some other part of the country, someone is going to northeastern region, and someone is going to Srinagar for that institute on tropical horticulture which I had created, because they need human resource. That tropical horticulture is so important. Who will work on it unless there are scientists and unless these people go? But generally we find people would like to stay in their own, and that's why we said no institution should have more than 50% of scientists from the home state. That's why we had to bring in the ICR fellowship program linked to moving from one state or university to another. And that's how we had brought in also rural work agriculture experience. So these reforms, though started at one time, but should not stop, they should continue. And for that, you need a foresight. For that, you need directions. For that, you need guidance. And for that guidance, institutions like NARM can play a very important role. So I would like to say my best wishes during 2021. COVID has taught us many lessons. Dr. Praveen Rao was telling me that we have had many good achievements in terms of now learning to do business differently, learning to live with less, and Maybe we have to think now, though even the political leaders are saying Atmanirbhar Bharat, so we have to become self-dependent. We have to use less of natural resources, and we have to make agriculture more sustainable and rather, I would say, ever sustainable for the future generation. So with this, I would like to once again congratulate you all. This is the beginning of learning process in your life. You have achieved a lot. You should be proud. We are proud of you. And I'm sure you will continue contributing for the benefit of our national agriculture. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I request our director to formally thank and then felicitation to our chief guest.
Thank you very much, sir, for your motivating and scintillating messages as you do always. And we are very much thankful once again. We would like on the behalf of Academy and also all the participants, Focarians, and also our coordinators and the press and media. And we would like to honor you, and of course a small token of love and affection will be honoring you with a memento and shawl, and of course it will be delivered to, in your office at TAS, as physical presence is not here. So, but we are always proud to have you at the Academy, and once the COVID vaccination is done, and sooner we would like to see you at this Academy for sharing your wisdom further to strengthen that new think tank agenda. We have started, sir, as you said, that the another pillar beside capacity building for the last 2.5, 3 years. We have made 10 policy papers, but ICR is expecting more from NARM. So we would like to take your suggestions, your guidance, your way thinking, and to strengthen the think tank component of National Agriculture Research and Education System, extension system. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much, Alec. With this, we come to the end for a formal vote of thanks. I take this opportunity to thank our chief guest, Dr. R.S. Paroda. We cannot call for a better person for this special event, and we feel it's a proud moment and it's a true blessing for not only the Focarians, even for the faculty members and to the entire NAM family to have a person of your stature to start the new year, not only the new year, a new decade. Thank you so much, Alec, for your words of wisdom and constant encouragement also. Today we have a large galaxy of experts, many young and old researchers who have joined online, many retired and serving vice chancellors and directors, and some of our students, faculty members, all are joining. They have joined online as well. Almost 70 we have at the point of count. We thank each one of them, and particularly even we have representatives from the ICR headquarters. We have Director Personnel, Director Finance, all of them have joined. Thank you all of you, Salek, for taking out time and then raising this special occasion when we are celebrating with the 111 focus. It is not that COVID made everything difficult. There are certain things which were made easy also. Earlier in every program we used to plan some 40 or 50 guest sessions, but because of travel and other arrangements, we will not be able to make out. Our strike rate would be hardly 50 to 55% only. And for each speaker, we had to spend a lot of time. But this occasion, we could reach almost whom we could not even thought of reaching or getting the inputs from. So thanks to the COVID-led wisdom that made us to realize on the day one itself, we had everything we did not have to prepare, because now being an institution which has not one of the best, the best infrastructure in the entire ICR system, so we did not find anything wanting, anybody wanting in terms of expertise, infrastructure or anything like so. It was seamless, and again the credit also goes to the entire yesteryear wisdom that has prevailed, so that we did not find anything wanting from the academy. And finally, the jewels of this foundation course, the FOCUS. You have been very unique. You have been very unique in many fronts. Of course, the whole world is reeling around this, but still, you have been very unique among the Focarians whosoever has completed. So far, like this entire batch did not have time to go out. They had to be confined, everything, almost the entire 90 days inside. Still, the Z, though there are a lot of additional programs that were weaved into this, as normally it happens, like every FOCUS is a one step ahead. So it's not something totally new. Always there has been an improvement. So you being on the top of it, and again in this difficult time, happy to say, and then thank you so much that the Z did not reduce at all. None of the programs that were happening among the FOCUS were reduced. Being cultural, it was there. Being sports event, it was there. All care were taken, and they were the players, they were the audience. A very, very unique situation. So still it all happened. Thank you all for bearing it. All the, rather we were experimenting. We were also new, like there are a lot of experiments from all corners. So for bearing it and then taking it forward. And thanks to the PGDMA students who not only for joining this event, but also being as a companion in the House of Residence who shared your evening time, and thanks to all of them. So finally, I once again thank the entire team NAM for their wholehearted support for this program, and wish a great new year and a new decade for these young researchers, 111 FOCUS. The whole thanks is from, and of course, since I'm part of the coordinators, I don't want to mention separately for that, but still enable and very tight leadership that was provided by Dr. Balakrishnan particularly. Thank you so much. I particularly thank that for the kind of time he had taken, not just time, like for every small aspect, like he was behind and then pushing us hard, and pushes also at the same time, he polishes also, like so. So, thank you so much. It was a wonderful time ago. I had an opportunity to be with him for almost more than a decade earlier. But this kind of day-to-day, almost 24/7 of interaction, obviously this was the first time, and it was thoroughly an enjoying period. Like, and again, we cherish the time together. All the best, and wish you a great year, great decade ahead. Thank you.